China, China, China. The country's speed of building renewables have been unstoppable. Reports find that the country has installed more solar and wind capacities than the rest of the world combined. As of 2025, it has installed 4 times more solar than the US and 3 times more wind. At this time when Trump is threatening renewable developments in the US, China's commitment in green investment is immensely impressive and truly exceptional. However, on the other side of the coin, China, the largest polluter in the world, has greenhouse gas emissions amounting to a third of the world. Coal still accounts for 60% of the country's total electricity generation, and the Chinese Communist Party has been building more and more coal power stations. How can China be the world's green energy leader and at the same time burning more fossil fuel? To answer these questions, it is important to know that for China, coal means economic security. Coal is extracted from underground or surface mines. Higher grade coals have better heating value and are used in industries such as steel making. Lower grade coals are used for generating electricity. China experienced rapid industrialization from the 1980s onwards. Along it came a tremendous hunger for energy. Geographically, China does not have enough oil and gas reserves. The Gulf countries, including Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Oman, supply half of China's total crude oil imports, while the country relies on Russia and Central Asia for gas imports. The CCP understands that it is crucial to not rely on other countries and be self-sufficient. We can see today how volatile geopolitical tensions have serious impacts on countries, with the Russian invasion of Ukraine spiking electricity prices in Europe and the constant Iranian threats of closing the Strait of Hormuz, the only sea choke point for the world's oil exports. By contrast, China has a lot of coal, cheap and widely available. Currently, Chinese coal production accounts for half of global production. Coal is king and the backbone of the Chinese industry, but it's increasingly under pressure internationally and causing severe air pollution domestically. Renewables can help China achieve international recognition and become the world leader in clean power. It is also an opportunity for the country's economy to transition for the green age by becoming the supply chain of the world. In September 2020, China announced its goal of peaking carbon emissions by 2030 and achieving carbon neutrality by 2060. Since then, the country has made tremendous strides in decarbonizing the power system. The world's largest solar plant came online in 2024 in the Xinjiang province, using land that's the size of New York City. The solar plant has a 5 gigawatt capacity. For reference, the biggest project in the UAE is 1.8 gigawatts. In the US, it's 690 megawatts, and it's 75 megawatts in the UK. The world's largest wind farm, the world's largest hydropower dam. China not only has been building renewables at an enormous scale, but also ultra-high voltage transmission lines to transport the power. With an unparalleled speed on transforming the system, the elephant in the room remains. Why is China still using so much coal? I introduce you to this ethos, which was repeatedly used by Chairman Xi Jinping. 先立后破. Build first, destroy later. Build the renewables first, decommission the coal plants later. Coal means economic activity and GDP growth. It will take time for China to decouple its GDP from burning coal, as the CCP needs to make sure that the country's basic social and economic activities could still be delivered by coal power. Therefore, the country needs to maintain sufficient mining and production capacity. In 2021, due to recovering post-pandemic economic activities and slowed down domestic coal production,
coal power plants had to buy expensive imported coal but were forced by the government to sell at low electricity prices. They were operating at a loss and therefore reduced their generation output. The result was mass rolling blackout across 20 provinces.
In the quest to develop renewables, the problem of geography remains challenging. China's energy demand centers are found in the east and southeast coastal regions, while abundant supplies of solar and wind energy tend to be in the northwest and east. The current grid system cannot transmit all of the generated power, as the building of ultra-high voltage transmission lines take a lot of time. The result is the curtailment of renewables, plants forced to turn off and generate power gone to waste. In addition, provinces tend to prefer buying electricity from nearby coal power stations to ensure electricity is reliably delivered. They have no economic incentives to buy from faraway intermittent sources. Solving this will require faster build-up of grid networks between provinces, energy storage projects, and a whole lot of market reforms, which all adds to the CCP's bills. There is a delicate balance for China to grow the economy like before and transition to a new age. Overhauling the entire power system takes time and money. Here's my food for thought from researching all of this though. China's accelerated speed in building these power plants contrasts greatly with the slowness it takes to build things in the UK. It ultimately becomes a debate around how much control the government should have in owning and building key infrastructures. Cough cough. One vote for the nationalization of grid networks in the UK. If you enjoyed my video, please click like and subscribe and check out my other videos here.